Holy moly. Alrighty, greetings minions and associates. If you are already a minion you would like to tithe, please hit like. If you would like to become a minion, please hit follow. If you would like to confess, please do so in the comments. And if you would like to evangelize, please share. So today I'm going to be reviewing this is a BCBA, basically the big boss is whenever you go to ABA therapy. And I'm going to review what they're teaching. Now, the reason I'm doing this is, right off the bat, I just want to tell you that they will not ever be mentioning the well-being of the child. And that should be the first thing that they should be talking about, but that is not going to happen. So let's take a quick look at what they have to say, and I will take a quick critique of that as we go along.
All right, welcome back. Here is part 2 of our BCBA Task List 5th edition study guide, the first section. Part 1, I should say, cover foundations. Today we're going to cover applications. We're going to save ethics for its own video, so be on the lookout for that. But today we're going to cover everything else that we didn't cover in part 1. So be sure.
Oh, I really want to see this ethics video. Now I've got to see this ethics video. Okay, here we go. This is the one to see.
Today is the final part.
Now they're talking about ethics, so you think they might want to take into account the well-being of the child. Just saying, but I don't think that's going to happen. And this is the first time that I've seen ethics even broached in any way, shape, or form. So I don't actually know what's going to happen here.
Part of our 5th edition task list review. We've already gone through parts 1 and 2, which are foundations and applications. So be sure to check out those videos. Today, we are going to cover ethics, everybody's favorite part, I know. Ethics can give people trouble on the actual exam. So what I did was I went through the full ethics code. Now remember, there's a new ethics code for 2022, and this is the one I am using. So what I did was I condensed that ethics code into a more digestible, bullet-pointed task list, basically, okay? Because it's very overwhelming going through the full ethical code. It's very full of legalese, very technical.
Okay.
What our principles and our guiding light, so to speak, is as behavior analysts, right? So what do we need to do as behavior analysts? Well, first and foremost, we have an obligation to act in a way that reflects positively on the field of behavior analysis. We represent behavior analysis. We represent the growing field of behavior analysis. With that said, we have to continue to educate ourselves, carry ourselves in a professional manner. We always have an obligation to do what is right and to do no harm. Live by those facts.
But that's all you do is harm.
Go wrong, okay? The BACB outlines.
But they do harm. PTSD. Most of the people who have been through ABA walk away with PTSD. So they may have an obligation to do what is right and do no harm, but they just completely disregard that obligation.
4 core principles. Number 1, benefit others. Ultimately, what are we doing? We are working to better the lives of our clients, better the lives of our stakeholders. We're acting within their interests at all times. We want to benefit others with our knowledge at all times. You want to behave with integrity, right? Meaning tell the truth, be ethical, don't lie, okay? Do the right thing. Treat others with compassion, dignity, and respect, regardless of age, creed, color, religion. We always treat others with respect. And then 4, ensure competence. That they put ensuring competence as a core principle tells you how serious they are about you staying up to date on behavior analytic literature, behavior analytic research, continuing education, supervising training, whatever you're doing, you want to be sure you're competent. They are very serious about that, as you can tell with your core principles. So that's our introduction. That kind of guides us as behavior analysts. Now let's get into some more granular looks at what the task list says about ethics.
So the very closest. Okay, so this is going to be centered on the behavioral BCBA or the RBT. Basically, the therapist. We'll call him a therapist here. Okay. This is not going to be centered on now this do no harm thing. I don't think we're ever going to hear anything even similar to that again. I could be wrong, but I mean, this is ethics, so it should be in there, but I don't think it will be because it's just not how they. It's not the perspective from which they come from.
So, first and foremost, our responsibility as professionals. So, as professional behavior analysts, what are our responsibilities? Well, we have an obligation to develop ourselves professionally, right? We ensure competence. Okay. We promote truthful behavior and avoid creating fraudulent or legal situations. They use this term truthful quite a bit. They just want you to be honest with your clients, with your stakeholders, with your team. Okay. As behavior analysts, we do a lot of collaborating. We work with teams. We work with other people with similar goals. Truthfulness is key. Along those lines, we want to be accountable for our actions while practicing within scope and competence. Accountability. If we screw up, let's admit or say that we screwed up, right? It's okay to screw up. Mistakes happen. What we don't want to do is compound those errors, compound those mistakes, okay, by trying to hide them or placing the blame on somebody else.
You know, him giving lip service to this is kind of